So, I'm sure you're all wondering why I've brought you here today. We need to find a way to bring new viewers into our series. We could make more Minecraft videos. Or we could make more Dungeons and Dragons videos. I have an idea. We could try something new and invent it and actually make it a good video. No, please don't! Okay guys, we're back with a whole new series. It's a good old create-based mod pack adventure. And just to start it off, here's clips of what happened for the first 2 hours of the server.
Go bean.
Go.
I wish I was the what?
Boards. I'm gonna catch this bird and then I'll eat you there. I fed you 20 seeds! You fat bird!
The bird!
Yeah. Okay, yep, I'm done. I'm over 30. I'm here.
Yeah, I still need.
Oh gosh, dang it. Gold.
Been here for a while.
That one?
I made a shield.
Oh.
I think I see water.
Here, Isaiah, mind this. Wait, we can fly. We can swim out.
Where? I don't know how else.
Over here
we're
where we
gonna
came
get
in.
down there. Oh, I see a cobweb.
Oh, please don't.
That didn't work.
Dude,
Punch you off.
this is sick. Do you just want to say screw it and we settle here?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. So now we've settled here. This cave, it does this. That drop off over there goes down to -55. This cave is ginormous. So I don't know what Isaiah and I are gonna do with this eventually, but like, we got to do something because it's the coolest cave I've ever seen in Minecraft. But I don't have too many diamonds, but I do have a bunch of base resources. So I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some stuff and we'll get kind of the base create setup going probably right over here. Because you gotta have it. It's create. You gotta get our base production ready to go. That way we can start getting some of the crazy things in a little bit. So let me get that set up. Okay, I just finished a big mining trip mainly to get these. Because for the base create setup I need soul sand and netherrack. But this cave, I came in, it's not even loaded in. Over there, you can't register the whole thing at once. This water thing over there goes like 500 blocks that way, and then there's still more. And then you look down here, right, all the way to Deep Slate. But watch, we take this, that goes 500 blocks that way. That goes down to lava level, and it's the same on that side. Mine shaft over there I didn't got to explore. Like, this is the craziest cave I've ever seen in Minecraft. Like, it's bizarre. But let me go finish setting up this create thing. So I finally got it all set up, and I do just want to explain what is happening over here, because in the past when I've done create, I've just kind of done it and assumed that you guys knew what was happening, and I don't think that's fully the case. A lot of people have seen this mod, but don't really know how it works. They've seen like the cool parkour videos where everything moves all fancy. So what we have over here is down here we have these water wheels that are generating stress. I have 4 of them. Those look like they don't have water, but they have water on the underside right there. So I'm wearing these goggles that let me see how much stress each thing is producing. So this is your form of how much power do you have. Each system can only take a certain number of stress. So each of these is producing 256. 256 times 4 is 1024, I believe. So each of these items that I have hooked up consumes stress. So real quick, I'll just go through all these. This crushes things up. I can crush up wheat to get flour to get a better resource, or I can crush up ores in order to get a better conversion rate, more ore per ore. More ingot per ore. This right here is a press. I can use it to flatten things. Let me just go into the JEI and show you some of the recipes. So you can do cauldron. Primarily what I've used it for so far is stuff like this. Flattened out copper, flattened out iron, flattened out gold. Because I needed that to make some of these. This over here is a whisk. I can get better recipe ratios. Once again, this is kind of a general crafting. You can do automatic brewing with it, shapeless crafting, as well as mixing to get some of these more rare things like builder's tea, what's that called? Pulp, which is used to make cardboard, especially later on brass. And then finally over here, what we have is my fan array. This is why I had to go to the nether to get soul sand and netherrack. So we have water used for washing things. Let me see if I can just pull up the recipes with it. Yeah. So bulk washing, you can clean things, you can weather things. You can even do something similar to sifting, where, okay, yeah, and then also if you get the crush, this is the next step, you get ingots out of it. Oh, and here's flour to dough. So things like this. Over here is the smelting. This is any ingot. You get an ore, throw it in here, smelts it. Cooking. And over here, this is the interesting one. This one is haunting. So with haunting, what it is you can make specialty items. So like this, you can just turn a normal overworld item into what is a normal overworld item, but slightly different. So you can get a bunch of infested blocks. So yeah, this is fun. You can just infest blocks. One time I put a stack of infested blocks in a buddy's house. That was fun. Yeah, but there's a couple cool ones here. Let me make sure I'm not missing out any other cool ones. Oh, I didn't know you could do poisonous potatoes. But this haunted bell right here, this one's by far the coolest because what it'll do is if you right click it, it will show up on where mobs can spawn, what spots are not lighted enough. So then besides that, well, all that we have here system-wise, those are all the components. The system's actually balanced, I believe, right now. We have these shafts that go and connect different terminals, gearboxes that change directions. This is a chain drive, so pretty much it's just shafts laid like this with each other to get the same output on all the fans. And then the one thing that may be a little bit confusing is why I have all these gears going. If you've taken a mechanics-based physics class, you would know the gear-to-tooth ratio. So pretty much we go to a big gear to small gear, and then connect the big gear to a small gear. And for every one rotation this big gear makes, this small gear is going to be making 2 to 3. So this one is going to be speeding up this one. Well, this is connected to another one, so the same principle applies right here and then down here. And the reasoning behind this is effectively just because this has to be going at a certain speed in order to mix things, as well as the speed that's fed into the fans changes the cook time of everything inside of it. So, after that long-winded explanation, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna work on now. So right now I'm loaded within a creative world that for some reason, this is the third try, it wouldn't let me do super flat in the slightest. But I decided that I want to get a starter base built in episode 1. So what we have right here is the beginning of it. I've always sucked with towers. I don't know why. I actually really like this one. Typically, it's the transition from the skinniest bit to the thicker top bit. I feel like I got that pretty well. And then coming up here, typically I can't do roofs. And well, I think this part may be a little clunky. Actually, wait a second. If we remove those slabs, does it fix it? Actually, I just solved it. This is the best tower I've ever built. But now that we're looking at this tower, I do want to expand what I had planned over here to make this bigger, because otherwise it's just going to look like an absolutely tiny thing attached to a humongous tower. So because I've made the tower bigger, I just kind of have to force myself to make everything else bigger now. But yeah, this... well, let's shrink this in one. This is kind of the outline for the building that we've had. Okay, so it's late tonight, but before I went to bed, I wanted to show you how to copy and paste a finished build using Create. So we have these schematics, right? Step 1, I started to till this, and then I realized it was a frozen biome. So imagine this, but we got this tilled path as well as a wheat field going to surround it. So whenever we need to copy and paste, what you're going to want to do is kind of guess where one corner is going to be. And I guessed there for a reason. And then what you're going to want to do is come over to the other side and make sure that your thing is consuming all of the builds, right? But we're sitting here and okay, I messed it up. Let me get it again real quick. Not everything is in. But if you hold down Control and then scroll, you can expand the side that you're looking at. So I'm going to run through, expand all these boundaries by 1, and we're just going to crank up the height. Whoa. Way too high. And that looks good. We are really quick, gonna want to make sure there aren't any mobs in this, otherwise it's gonna require a mob spawn egg, and there is a way to do it without getting the mob spawn egg. I just don't really feel like doing it, so we're just gonna kick them out, get out, die, go, leave spider. There we go. Yippee! So we can go back to this. We have our little starter house saved, one glass check, everything's inside. We right click it, we name it starter base, and then you save it, and it'll store all of your schematics inside of the game itself. So tomorrow morning I'll show you how to get the build placed, but I'm really tired, so I'm going to bed now. Okay, so we're back within the server now, and the way that we do it is I've made an empty schematic using a paper and a light blue dye. So we'll walk over to a schematic table, you put it in, you set which one you want, click check, and it'll upload it to that schematic. So now we have this right here, which is an imaginary cutout of what we want. Now I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming, but I do want my base up above this floating bit. So what you can do is there's all these different tools on the bottom. So like I'm going to start by rotating it a bit more. There we go, that's the angle I want. And then I can go and set the move X, Y. So we can crank it back a bit. We want it as pretty much as far back as we can get it without it interrupting the mountain. There we go. I think that's it. So whenever you're happy with the placement, you just take it out of your hotbar, and then we run back to our schematic can. What you gotta do is throw it in here. Now, right now, it's not going to actively do anything. There's a couple other steps that we need to partake. So first step is I'm going to get a barrel. We're going to throw it right there. That may or may not be enough, actually. So what you're going to want is either a clipboard or a book and quill. You throw it up in here, and it's going to prescribe for you everything that you need for the build. And then you just got to throw it in this barrel. But besides that, you also do need to have gunpowder within the cannon, because that powers it. So I'm going to go and gather all of this, which is going to take a hot second. After a whole lot of resource gathering, I finally have all 7 pages of them. Some were way harder to get, like these, and then others just were a lot of mine. So once you have everything set like that, you can then just click the play button, and it's going to start shooting the blocks to where you need. I do believe there's a range to this, so you may need to move it closer or further away from wherever you're building at. So if we run up here, it's just gonna 3D printer style assemble it, one row at a time. So it's just gonna take it all the way like this. So I'm gonna get to a safe spot, and then we're gonna time lapse this. Okay, and there, just like that, we actually have the base copy and pasted. So there are some quick little, there are a couple quick little terraforming things we gotta do. We gotta do a lot of dirt, so that's not gonna be fun. Then once we get all that dirt, we also gotta do some farmland, and also there's currently no floor. So that's another thing we gotta look into getting, is a floor for inside that. So I'm gonna worry about all that, and then I will pop back on and we'll work on something else. I wanted to give you a tour of my base. Now that I've done everything on the inside, I'll give little like side shots of it. Ooh. But I gotta wait for this wheat to grow to give it the full effect on the outside. So I'm gonna go AFK for a little bit, let that wheat grow, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So here we are. We got our little house in the mountains, walking through our luxurious wheat fields. Open up this front door right here. Got the nice fancy animation. I went through and added the floors for both sections. So we got a nice little loft up here that has nothing in it, but it's a loft, and you know lofts are cool. What else do we got? We got this knight's desk. I saw someone do this trick once, and I absolutely love it, getting that nice little flower. We got all of our assortment tables over here. We got our specialty furnaces and stuff right here, which we will never ever use because we have the fans. Same with this furnace. We got the jukebox player, very important. You know I like music discs. Then over here we got a ladder in the tower that very slowly gets us up here. We got the full enchanting rig, max level enchantments. Like this, I feel like this is as good of a starter base as you need. So, eventually what we will also add is a stairway. Honestly, now I think about it, we may actually just kill this corner, move the bed right there maybe, and then there'll be a stairway down in the basements where we'll do all of our storage at. So that may be something either for later this episode if I can't think of anything else, or an episode 2 adventure. But right now, there's two things I have on my mind. One of them I need other people to do with, so if I can't find other people, we'll do the second thing. Okay, so I couldn't find anyone to hop on right this moment, so I've explored quite far to find the Nether Fortress. And I have pretty much a mod pack that redoes all the generic generation, and this thing is sick, but nothing spawns in it. Like, I think I've killed 2. Why is that there? I want to press the button. I think I've killed 2 blazes. Is this a create thing? No way. Okay, wait. Press the button, and oh, it blows it. Oh, that's actually kind of awesome. I love that. And here's the crank. I was going the wrong way. There we go. Look at that. That is amazing. I'm petrified now. Is this like a boss fight? Hello? What is this? I'm scared. Okay, I'm like so concerned, but also so hyped. This is pretty awesome. Yo! Look at that. This is actually crazy. They also nerfed the loot, which kind of bothers me. I get it, I guess. It's like a piano, like. That's sick! And I assume this works. Okay, I did want to make the video a little bit longer, but I'm in the process of editing it now, and it's over 16 minutes long. So I will be cutting it off here. Thanks for stopping by. We got a bunch of create stuff done. Got this huge starter base. I actually don't think I've ever made a starter base this big before, which is fun for me. And yeah, we got all the food situated, and we've even been to the Nether. So, you know, who knows what's in store for episode 2, and I hope to see you there. See ya!